Yeah, dear students, good morning to all of you. Am I audible for everybody? Please confirm. Right. A very good response from all of you. Now, and one of the student has given a small query. Of course, he has given a big sentence. Okay, just let me go for giving that doubt, and then I will move forward. This is a doubt related to career-related doubt. I just want to tell about that doubt related point. Okay. Now see, sir, I completed a diploma plus BE mechanical and currently working in manufacturing company in Maharashtra since 5 years. I want to switch my career from mechanical to IT. I want to become an AI engineer with a Python developer. Very good. So please guide me from your roadmap of course from Python basics to Python developer. Yeah, it's absolutely correct. Now, if you want to become an AI engineer, and it's the right path for you from the Python basics to Python developing, completely what is our title is most suitable. Our title is most suitable for learning AI engineer as well as data scientist. That's why we started a unique Python course training in our classroom with 100% coding standards you require. In AI, lot of algorithms will be there. Lot of algorithms will be there related to statistical programming, related to probability related, differential equations, and then integrals. Then a lot of things will be there. Those things, if you want to do it very easily with the coding part, that's what I'm talking. Always coding, coding, coding. To do that things very well, to become an AI engineer, to become a data scientist, these things are Python is a compulsory, which is a coding part, which is compulsory required. And once again, he is asking the same continuation doubt. What are the courses will you provide to become an AI engineer with a Python developer? Duration of the courses to complete the course up to Python developer. To complete this Python development, I told you already in our regular classes, 2.5 months, 10 days, that side or this side, plus or minus. You can keep 10 days extra because some type of extra content maybe discussing like that. You can keep 10 to 10 days extra because we are going to discuss the subject in depth means what? You must have lot of depth coding means it will take some 2 to 3 days extra than we specified. Okay. Now I'm one more point he said. The reason why I am asking is that I want to know how much duration I have to spend on learning courses, the total approximate fees I have to manage. So fees related things you contact our administrators. Our administrators will guide you. And as far as the Python is concerned, I told you about my 2.5 months plus or minus 10 days extra. And then data science or artificial intelligence is concerned, with my expectation, you need to spend around 4 months because the data science, artificial intelligence is the trending course. We can't say that it is only 2.5 months or something because it's an ongoing trending. So you require that kind of things. Okay. And last, this is a very big turning point of my career. It will make or break my career. Yeah, don't worry. I'm on right course track to reach my destination. Yes, don't worry, student who send this big message. And we hope we clarified your doubt and I guide you. And with your destination to reach your destination, and you are in the right place and the right track. And meantime, also I will guide you. You can chat with me and I can clarify your doubts. I hope, guys, it is clear. Is the doubt maybe there for other people also? Maybe it was clarified. Yes, guys, let us enter into the subject part. So in yesterday's class, we started with the very important discussion. Our actual subject was started. Our actual subject was started, and related to other kind of doubts, related to Java doubts. Java doubts. I will speak at the end of the session. So, okay, ma, no problem, no problem. You please look into that. Even for the fees related queries and then registration process, our administrators has given a message to your chat window. Please preserve that two numbers, Srikant sir as well as Ramesh sir, both of them are there. You take care of it and preserve that numbers, and then we will enter into the course discussion now. So let us start with the last class we started with the introduction to Python language. Come on, guys. Who is the father of Python language? For 2 minutes to few related discussions, and then we'll enter into today's part. Who is a father of Python programming? Excellent, excellent. Rosam, Rosam, right. What is an official releasing date of Python? What is an official releasing date of Python? Official releasing date of Python 1991. Super. 1991. Excellent. Right. Which company is managing the Python software updations and all those things? Excellent. PSF, Python Software Foundation. Python Software Foundation. Very nice. Good. How many versions are there for this Python? How many versions are there? Two types of versions are there. Very powerful. What are those names? Can you say to me? Python 2.x, Python 2. Write down like that. Don't write 2.x, 3.x like that. Python 2.x and Python 3.x. Which one? What is the current version we are using? Python 3.x we are using, and that too I told you yesterday. Which type of from which website you can download Python software freely? Which website you can download Python software freely? www.python.org. Super. www.python.org. From there you are downloading. What is the version you are downloading? What is the current and the latest version of Python? What is the current and the latest version of Python? Python 3.9.6. Excellent. Right. So yesterday I told you how to download the Python software. Was it easy to download or difficult to download? Easy to download or difficult to download, guys? It is easy to download. Very good. I hope that you people might be installed the Python software, I think so. Have you installed Python software in your systems, dear students? Yes. So if you look into that, this is what I started yesterday's class. This is the one which I started in the last class, in yesterday's class. Yes, ma. Come on to the point of it. In yesterday's class, this is what I told you. Okay. So if anybody is new, if any student is new, just for 1 minute I will show and then I will move forward. Just for 1 minute I will show you and I will move into the further. So I'm showing you only downloading process for 1 minute. So I will say www.python.org. All of you see the browser address bar, www.python.org. This is an official website for the Python software to download it, right? So this is going to be showing to us the Python PSF is an official website maintained by the Python Software Foundation, where it is containing all of them are available. So from the downloads part, Bashwar, Bowser, please look into that. You only asking that. Show me once again, sir. So in this case, so it's a download for Windows. So Python 3.9.6, you need to click on it. Yesterday I was almost explained you how to download this software, and then you need to install. So it will be installed within few seconds, and it is downloaded within few seconds. You can download. Okay. And even in our current class, we are talking about 3.9.6 latest version we are going to explain in the class. Okay, let it be. Now we are entering into the subject related discussion. Last class we spoke about what? Python versions of Python programming, and we are using this kind of thing. Is Python is having backward compatibility? Dear students, last and final question. Is the Python provides backward compatibility? No, it won't provide any backward compatibility. Never. It never provides. Very good. Now, in today's class, we are entering into the next discussion. That is nothing but we are going to discuss about very important this discussion I am going to introduce. So today's agenda is entering into the programmatic discussion. Very shortly, we need to enter into the programmatic discussion. Right? Carefully try to understand. So one short concept I will start. Today's agenda is entering into the subject. So one agenda is Python inspired from which languages? Inspired from which languages? Python is inspired from which languages? No, ma'am. No. 1 minute. That is the predecessor of ABC. That means to develop this Python programming language. See, English is very, very important here. See, Python is how to invent the Python programming. The base is what? To invent something, some base is required. There's some minute base is required. So predecessor of a Python language is ABC. Okay. Based on that, they designed and then it is inspired actually. See, when we born, so before born, we will be something, and after born, we are inspiring, we are changing our activities by taking something into inspiration. So you are saying, now I inspired from so and so person, like that. So he is maybe inspiring from some different languages. ABC is called one of the predecessor. It's a base for that. This is what I want to enter. Plus next I want to enter into features of Python also I want to enter. Features of Python language also I want to enter. Because programmatically we need to enter into the subject. Programmatically I need to enter into the subject part. So now we are going to enter into the programmatic environment. We are going to enter into that. And before that, this is an agenda of today's class. Let me start the first point here. That is, the Python is inspired from which languages? I just want to discuss in the class. So let me start, guys, one by one. I will enter into first discussion. Python is inspired from which languages? This is I want to discuss. That means in Python, how many facilities we are going to have? How many types of facilities related kind of things we are getting? I just want to talk. The Python programming language, look at ma, carefully understand. Very shortly, we are entering into that. So today is the Python programming execution environment begins. Okay, the Python programming inspired from Python programming language, inspired from the following languages. Sir, what are those languages? Number one, I am writing. Number one, it is something like this. It is inspired from one of the language called C language. Sir, what is the best facility in C language, sir? Can anybody can say? Of course, dear students, don't feel because of my straightforward. The most experienced faculty I'm saying to you, and you take it as a sportive, because sometimes I will tell you some words directly to you, because I have seen in and out of all the software industry, and I've seen so many people trained in my 20 plus years of experience, and you follow strictly my guidelines to come up in the coding level, to come up in the career level, because we have seen many of the people who are working in big companies in both Java field as well as in Python field. From the past 8 years, the Python we are giving training, and the Java is concerned from the last 20 years onwards. We are in the discussion of this Java taking classes. From the last 8 years, we are taking from the Python programming classes. Right, dear students? Python is inspired from C language. Sir, what is the best facility in C programming? There is one of the best facility in the programming that is called functional programming approach. Functional programming approach. It is one of the best. And because of my words, you don't feel it. And we learned C programming, and we don't know what will be the functions also inspired from C language. Thanks to Dennis Ritchie, who is the inventor of and father of C language, who has provided such a beautiful facilities, where I'm going to talk about a greatest discussion about the functional programming. So without the functional programming, there is no software industry as on today. When you go to the ATM application development, functions are very, very important. When I go for insurance application development, when I go for production projects, when I go for manufacturing projects, when I go for artificial intelligence projects, compulsory these functions are. In the day one onwards, our functions will start. In the day one onwards, our functions will start. In the next day, the day one, when we start the programming, you will be getting this type of functions. And don't worry, even though you don't know C language, of course, we learned in colleges this type of C language. And you know your stuff, and I know your stuff, and then least bother about it. Because my first sentence in the day before yesterday is what? To learn Python, you need not to know anything. I told in the class itself directly. Everything is KVR sir will take care about your beginning level, 0 to the professional level, I will take it. Provided you need to read the notes and you need to practice my practical assignments and you need to attend the classes punctually. These three things, if you do, rest of the thing I will take care in the class. Least bother about that kind of thing. Okay, second one. So what is functions? All those things. I will speak about like anything. And how to prepare libraries. Functions are there, modules are there, packages are there. So much of discussion I'm going to explain. Okay, right. Just to understand that C programming language is one of the inspiration programming language for Python. For which topic? Functions. Means that is the most useful in the software industry. Second one is Python programming is inspired object-oriented programming principles from C++ languages. C++ language. Object-oriented programming approach. Object-oriented programming approach. Of course, dear students, don't feel that we are boasting about our class. Of course, this type of object-oriented programming language, we are just went to the research and development level. Because when you go for a data science level, artificial intelligence, or any type of further things are for Python, object-oriented programming approaches are compulsory. Inside of the object-oriented programming approach, we are using functional approach because these two things are related. And the Python software was designed in such a way that only functional programming language, when C is having some small limitations are there. Those limitations, C++, who is the father of C++, is called Stroustrup. He designed the functions with object-oriented principles. He got so many advantages. So Python programming contains both the facilities are there. It's nothing but an extraordinary here. So what are the object-oriented principles? How it is satisfying? All those things we are going to discuss in the class. Okay. Next, the third point I am going to discuss. Third point, the Python programming is inspired from modular programming language. Right? Modular. So modular programming language. Modular programming approach. So modular programming approach. This is inspired from language called what? Modulo 3. This is called one type of other language. So modulo 3 is the best for what? Modular programming. Sir, how it is? Can you give a small example? Yes, in very, very simple. Even Java people now they are following, but the Python is following this modular programming from the beginning onwards. Modular programming, Java is following from Java 9th version onwards. But the Python is following from where? From the beginning onwards. See, that much important. Sir, where we can use it? Can you give small awareness? Yes. In real-time projects, you are developing one part of your project. I am developing one part of the project. Somebody else is developing another part of the project. We want to integrate all of them. To integrate all of them, what is the mechanism for that? What is the mechanism for that? That mechanism we are going to explain in the class with various case studies in the class. So one of the case studies we are discussing, financial related case studies we are going to talk in the class. Okay, so that I will show you in the class. So what is the modular programming? How it is useful? We are going to talk about, because in the modular programming languages, we are using functional programming, object-oriented approach are combined together. We will prepare a modular programming languages. Okay, next fourth point I'm going to talk about. Fourth point, Python is inspired from scripting programming approach. Scripting programming approach. That is nothing but it's a scripting programming language approach is also there, which is going to be inspired from one of the language called Perl. Perl is the best for scripting purpose. And don't worry about what is meant by scripting, what is meant by coding. If you closely related to that scripting and then coding, I will explain to you the ultimate differences between that. And don't see that much differences between scripting and coding, and I'm going to give you the clarity. So these are all the reasons will be coming, extraordinary reasons will be coming only because of coding skills. If we start learning, all these things can be learned like anything. So especially in programming languages, anything you want to understand, only one and only one solution, which is an oxygen for your career, that is called coding. Logic building skills, problem solving skills, you must learn it. Unless and until you learn problem solving skills, there is no future at all. Sir, what is the problem solving skills? Can you give a small example? How a data scientist can use, how an artificial engineer can do, what is the coding for that? For example, if you take a small analysis I want to provide. So the pandemic situation from the last year onwards, when that pandemic situation entered, you need not understand these things more, because I'm going to start about everything in detail. Just only some subheadings are written here. Only some small subheadings are written here. Nothing to worry. I did not explain anything about in detail. Just I written. When I start learning Python programming, we are very good in functional programming approach, which I will explain in detail. Next time we'll explain object-oriented programming features like anything, a modular approach, and then scripting approach. And nothing to worry about these things, because I'm going to show one by one in the class. So it is from small analysis in the class. What is that analysis? Suppose you want to analyze the pandemic situation, how the economy rate is. The Prime Minister office is giving this is an economy rate of this India in this period of 6 months, in the period of 1 year, in the period of this thing. They are just announcing how they will be giving it, how they are analyzing it, some type of tools. Data is most important for them. With the data, they are submitting to one algorithm. That algorithm is after all called what? Functions. Once you submit that data to the function, the data will provide you what? Analysis, complete details will be provided. Weather report, you take it, weather report. How weather report is given? How weather report is coming in your systems? How weather report is coming in our mobiles? Is called some type of analysis algorithms are there. Those analysis algorithms are available in where? Python programming like anything. One more thing, how do you recognize a person is having some COVID-19 or not? They are having some type of analysis points are already designed. We have some samples of the people. We collect some samples from different people. What are the symptoms of this COVID? And we will prepare some type of symptoms. And if any patient is coming, we will compare, is this patient is having these symptoms, and we will send for Medicare. Otherwise, we'll say that a normal. So how do you do this type of points to prepare? What is an analysis for it? So we require some type of analytical tools. We require some type of analysis tools. So that's why in the analysis and analytics, which is required for analyst in the companies, maybe an artificial intelligence or a data engineer, AWS engineer or a DevOps engineer, Python coding is mandatory. Without Python coding, we can't do anything else. You may be thinking, sir, I will write the programs with Java, which is impossible. Okay, as on today, Java was there in 1991 onwards. Python was also there. Why Python is already all of a sudden came into picture like anything from the past 8 years onwards? The only one reason is it has a greatest algorithms implementation for AI as well as a data scientist for especially analytics level. For in every moment of it, it is going to be available here. Okay, so and it supports a lot of third-party libraries are there. Let me not only once we are in AI, it covers internally machine learning as well as deep learning continuously, that kind of. And dear students, it is my advice for all of you. Once you are learning data science or artificial intelligence, don't think that it is taking 1 month or 2 months. If anybody is having that type of doubts, we are keeping full stop for the career. Even if you complete the artificial intelligence or data science within 3 months or something, you don't think that I know complete artificial intelligence. No. In the next coming 30 to 40 years, the industry is on Python, the industry is on data science and then artificial intelligence only. There is no other kind of thing because everything is going to become automated kind of thing. To make the things as automated, we require some analysis tools. In the analysis tools, a lot of tools are going to come. There's a descriptive tools are required, prospective tools are required, prescriptive analysis is required. These are the three analysis tools as compulsory, which are available in the Python programming as a coding. Anything you want to do, coding always. It's an oxygen for you. And behind of that oxygen to work, we require some type of other concepts are required. So whatever we want to do in the near life, which I'm making you conclusion, even in the BBC News yesterday, the Python is becoming a near future. It is a backbone for all the software languages. Fine. Coming to the next part is called features of Python. I want to say, dear students, once again come to the conclusion. Python programming inspired from how many programming languages? Come on, Python programming inspired from how many languages? 4 languages. That means instead of learning 4 programming languages, we are learning one simple programming language which is going to meet all the programming needs. All the programming needs. We can go for finding all these things. Right? Suppose you take one, how beautifully this Python is there. Suppose if we give you your mobile number, I will tell you where you are now. If we give you your mobile number, I will tell you where you are. I will tell you in which location you are. I will tell you in which provider you are having, which network you are in. I will tell you in which place you are. Are you in Bangladesh? Are you in a different place? I will tell you that. With what coding? With the Python coding. With the Python coding. With the Python coding, I will tell you a WhatsApp message. Without using my WhatsApp messenger, I will tell you a message for you in the midnight to 12 o'clock on your birthday. I will convert any image into the ASCII text. I will convert my text into speech. These kind of things we are going to discuss in the class. Because different modules we are going to discuss. Even batch by batch, so many new things we are going to discuss in the classroom. Generally, it is not happens with other kind of Python classes, because Python fragments has to carry in the classroom. So let us enter into the next concept called what? Features of Python. So without late, we are entering into the features of Python language. That is what now I'm going to start. This is called one thing. So if anybody asks you tomorrow, can you write a scripting programming using Python? You can say, yes, we can write it because it was inspired from where? Paul. Can I write functional approach in Python? Yes, we can write it. Inspired from C language. Can you write a Python program with object-oriented principles? Yes, we can happily write. Can you write a modular programming? Yes. What else required to work with the software projects in the software industry? These things are compulsory. Now I am entering into the another kind of thing, which is called what? Which is known as what? Features of Python. I just want to enter. Features of Python. Features of Python language I want to enter. Look at guys. Now I am entering into the features. Dear students, Dear students, coming to the point of it. Fine. Look into that one. Features of Python language. Fine. Now, what exactly the features is? What exactly the features is? Suppose you take a small meaning. When we learn C programming, there are some features that Dennis Ritchie, who is the father of C programming, has provided extraordinary features. Is any student knows about that? Absolutely, answer is no. I can say in this class also, of course, you don't feel it. This is what my straightforward points in the class. It is a straightforward points in the class. We completed C programming, and you also heartfully feel whether KVR sir is speaking heartful related words or not. Because I don't have anything in my brain, I'll speak artfully to my students. That's why these many years we are in the training line. So here most of them completed C programming directly or indirectly, whether you 4 years back or 5 years back or 10 years back. Somehow you completed. Is anybody knows even one feature of C language? Is anybody knows one single feature of C language? Is anybody knows a single feature of C language? Answer is no. It's an open secret. You also know, I also know, everybody knows. Okay. So when we don't know the features of C language, how can you write the programming? Come on, ma. Once again, one small request for everybody. So our administrators has sent a message for you that Srikanth sir as well as Ramesh sir, 2 numbers are there. Please note down that numbers and contact the admins for registration process as well as for further details. Right? For further course details, for any kind of registrations, batch registrations, all those things is there. Please go for what do you call? You just save that kind of numbers for any kind of further correspondence. Right? Now, generally, most of the people are not aware of. Even 1 or 2 students are saying something. That is called a blunder. Of course, when you say something, I want to program for that. And you don't feel because of my words. If anybody feels sorry for it, and don't feel. So, we need, if you say anything, I want immediately program for that. I don't want to tell anything in the air. I want to show you practically with the program I want to show you. Without showing the program, if I write something in my notepad or something, it's a waste. When I write something, you ask me immediately, sir, show the program. Show practical program, sir. Then only we will believe, sir, that I like it. That is what my class will do for you. That is what my class will do for you. Without programming, don't accept anything. That's my advice. And first, you apply to my class only. Everything should be more practical. Without practical, don't move forward. It is my sincere advice for every student from now onwards, whichever class you attend. And don't learn full forms like our academics in the training divisions, especially in the softwares. Suppose, of course, I used to get sometimes laugh. What is OS? Operating system, you will say. Even LKG student also will say full form. www, World Wide Web. Sometimes we get a laugh. Because as a BTech student, as an MCA student, as an MTech student, if you say full form, people will laugh. How you don't feel it, please. And as a technical professional, we need to know why we use it. What is the need of it? Tell me its implementation. Write the code if it is possible. You expect that kind of things from my class. I'll be the most happiest person because I want to show you the implementations in the classroom with my expertism in the Python coding. If with my expertism, if you are able to get this logics like anything, that is your successful and green way in the software industry. Without learning coding of C, C++, Java, anything, it is just a waste. Okay, anyhow, features are nothing but C language features. You take it, we don't know. That's why we don't know even simple coding also. We are unable to write the coding for modules integration in C language. We don't know. C++, you take it. C++ features also, we are not aware of it. And Java features, of course, in my class, I used to discuss the features in detail because the features are nothing but what? Services. Now I'm going to provide features of a language. I will write one general sentence. Features of a language are nothing but features of a language are nothing but services, are nothing but services, or we can also call it as a facilities, dear students. Also call it as what? Facilities. Just I will give you the example also for facilities. For example, I purchased one mobile. I want to buy one mobile, for example. What I will look into it first of all, when I want to buy the mobile, what I will look into first, you look into, you are an expert in mobile purchases because for every 6 months you will buy new mobiles. So what you look into that mobile by, you are looking into the features, whether the latest features are there or not. We never buy the old mobile. Even they are giving free also, we don't take. We want to buy the latest mobile which are containing the latest features. You take one person who is a layman who is having a good mobile. He is having a good mobile. Latest mobile is there. He is a layman. That means he don't know how to save the contact also. Saving the contact is a feature in the mobile, but the person who is using the mobile don't know how to save it. That means he did not learn. We are learning Python, but we don't know the features of it. Then what you will do? Nothing. You learned one ultimate programming language, but the teacher did not explain the features. The teacher did not explain the services. So, what will be the services or facilities which I am explaining in the class like anything? Which I am explaining in the class like anything. That is what is my coding will speak. That is what my actions will be done through my coding only. Through my expertism in the coding only, I am going to show you. Features of a language are nothing but the services or facilities provided by, who will provide this? Provided by language developers. Provided by what? Language developers. That means the language developers, for example, Rosam is a language developer of Python. Dennis Ritchie is a language developer of what? C. James Gosling is a language developer of Java. In those languages, those facilities are provided. That's why those facilities are provided. The language learner will learn it and he will use that services in the project. Right? Let me start these features. And they are used by language programmers, means you people are using language programmers. So language programmers, that means you people are using these things, language programmers, for developing what? For developing real-time applications. For developing what applications? Real-time applications. What are those real-time applications? And one more point I want to tell you, and this is a very dangerous. See, these days, real-time applications, we are speaking about it. And the next one is called what? Real world application, somebody is speaking about it. And the student is unable to understand what is the difference between real world application and real-time application. And the real world application is not at all required for you. Why? Because this is the one which I am observing from years together in the Java and as well as nowadays in Python also. Suppose when they are coming to the object, this is one of the object-oriented dominant facility. Do you know what some of the people are talking? Of course, we don't want to speak about something else which is not related to us, but I feel emotionally little pain of it. But how the student will come up? So real world application, what they are saying, they are saying that car, then bus, like that they are giving this type of examples. Real world means what? Going on between the public, between the humans, what is going on? That is a real world application. When you go to tomorrow TCS or HCL or anywhere else interview, what is the example of object? If you say car and bus, they'll say get out. We don't want this. What is the importance of object? You tell me that. How to process employee data, how to process the economy of India, how to decide the GDP rate of India, what are the precautions to be taken in this pandemic situation. That type of application, how object is useful, that you explain. I want to maintain COVID patients data. I want to maintain the skillful employee data. I want to maintain the unemployment growth. I want to provide the employment growth. And I want to provide the job opportunities in the next 2022. What will be the job opportunities in the 2020? What are the current trends in the job opportunities? Which programming languages you need? So predictive analysis, future analysis, predictive, descriptive analysis, you apply and give the data. That type of information is required. Car, bus, this type of information, if you say, where student can do, what the student will become, he will become unemployed. And he will tell to everybody, this language is best, he will say. And that language is best, this language is best. That's why we need to speak to only to employees. I'm telling to guys, it is my recommendation for all of you. You speak to the person who is a successful. It is one of the saying also in English. If you want to be successful in one field, you speak to the successful person in that field only, because he will give you the constructive ideas. He will give you the predetermined ideas because he already analyzed it, and he will give the success route. If you speak to an unemployed person, he will express his frustrations, he will express his disappointments, he will keep everything into your brain. You will also be typecasted to that person knowledge only. And you will also slowly we are typecasting, but we speak to with what? We speak with less than you only. That is a human psychology. But speak with your higher people, speak with the employees, so that you will get the clarity. Am I correct or not? What I am speaking is facts or not? Dear students, can you confirm once? Can you confirm? Am I speaking facts or not? Yes, ma? Yes. So don't speak with an unemployed person. Don't speak with a person who is in the Amirpet for years together, learning from morning to evening, and don't ask that person, will I get the job or not? He will definitely say, you will not get the job, you will say, because his experiences he's saying. You ask one person who is working in TCS or HCL or Wipro, you will say, oh, dead easy, boss. You practice the examples, you come to the class daily, and you do the assignments which is given by the sir, and you will get positive and then negative knowledge also. So that's what I said. To whom to contact, to whom to not to contact, I told the things. Okay, let me start. So one last example I will tell you. In the college, you joined a BTech first year, and you are speaking to the BTech fourth year candidate who is having lot of backlogs. He will say what? He will discourage you. Even though you read well, university people will not give marks. You will fail in some places, he will say. And you will get a thought, I want to stop the BTech. Like that you will think. And you speak to a distinction candidate who is a college first student. You speak to him. He will say, you don't worry, you read everyday textbook, you read international textbooks, you read, and you will get a distinction. And university people will give you the more value for the textbook information, not for all-in-one, not for Xerox notes, not for outdated kind of content. So two people are there always. So positivity rate is important. Successful rate is important. To whom to speak, to whom to not to speak, I gave the clarity to you. Even in the subject part also, it is my advice. Talk to the employees who are working in real time only. This is my advice. Right. Come on to the point next. Of course, come to the point. Features of a language are nothing but services or facilities provided by the language developers. That means ROSUM has provided a lot of features in Python language, which are used by you people, which are learning and used by you people. That means you are the programmers of that language. Why you are using? For development of real-time applications. Let me start. Python programming provides. Python programming provides. Now I am writing. Provides several features. Several features. Of course, that number you need not to remember, because like a date of birth and all those things not necessary to remember. Several features. They are. One by one I will write it. One by one I will write in the class. Please try to follow carefully. Number one, Python is one of the simple programming language. Simple programming language. Simple. For example, it is a simple. Suppose as a faculty, as a trainer, I will say one sentence. What is the sentence? Python is one of the simple language because it is easy to learn, I will say. That time, I will not join in that class. I will not join. I will never join in that class. He has to show practical implementation how it is simple. Then I will join in that class. What is a lot of websites and all those things contains what they will say? Python is simple because it is easy to learn. Who said that Python is easy to learn first of all? First of all, how you just to give me one opportunity, I will put a question. I want to convert. I have 10 pages of text. I want to convert into the speech. Can anybody can write the code for that? They cannot. Then how they will say Python is simple? Technically, Python is simple. We have to say that word. As a part of simple, I will explain three technical factors. I will explain three technical factors why Python is simple. There I will explain the meaning of API. There I will explain the meaning of bytecode. There I will explain the meaning of bytecode. There I will explain the meaning of what? Garbage collector. Garbage collector. Always technical pointers. Always technical points are very, very important. And in English, we can communicate, but that English will not work out when you go to the real time. It will work out to express your subject, but coding is compulsory for you to learn. How it is simple? Show me some technical aspects. Show me some technical aspect. Let me make it convince with the technical aspects only. A plus B whole square, everybody knows. A plus B whole square formula, everybody knows. But whose proof? Lot of people don't know. A plus B whole square, even if you ask a sixth class student, he will say like anything. But A plus B whole square formula, proof I want, proving I want, prove that only few students knows. 90% will be scrap. They can't. Only 10% of the people who knows proof, they will select in the companies. Same, any language you take it, like that only. Don't learn this is like that, this is like that. No, you just analyze how it came. So number one, simple. I will explain in detail about this entire thing. What is the meaning of it? I will explain because each feature I will explain in detail for you. Number two, Python is one of the freeware. Python is one of the freeware and open source. Python is one of the freeware and open source. That is the second one. And the third one I want to say, Python is one of the dynamically typed programming language. Dynamically typed programming language. It's a most wonderful topic. This is wonderful programming feature. Python is one of the dynamically typed programming language. Typed programming language. What is the meaning of dynamically typed? What is meant by freeware? How many varieties of Pythons are there? How many varieties of Pythons are there? What is the difference between freeware and then open source? I will give you the perfect clarity with the practical clarity I will give you. Each one I will explain perfectly. Number four, Python is one of the platform independent language. Platform independent language. Independent language. Like Java, Java is also platform independent. Python is also platform independent, but the feature is different. Point is same, feature is same, but internal aspect, internal considerations are different, which I'm going to speak in detail about it. Number five, Python is one of the portable programming language. Portable programming language. Portable. And the sixth is Python is one of the interpreted programming language. Interpreted programming language. What is meant by interpretation? I will explain. Is the Python is an interpreted programming language or compiler based programming language? How it is internally interpreted? What are the steps for interpretation? So people will ask you how the interpretation is done in Python environment. Explain the internal mechanism. Because when you are becoming a Pythonist, you need to know what is happening inside, how it is execution steps you require. And the next seventh is what? Python is one of the high-level programming language. High-level programming language. What is meant by high-level language? What is meant by low-level programming? With the low-level, what advantages? What limitations? With the high-level, what advantages? How the number systems are represented? How they are going to be converted? We are talking about all these things. Next is what? Python is one of the procedural and object-oriented. Procedural and what? Object-oriented programming model it will follow. Procedural and object-oriented model it will follow. And the next ninth is what? Python is one of the large support of API will be provided. That is nothing but what? Third-party API it will be provided. So it is going to be providing what? Next is called what? Python is going to be extensive large support will be provided. That is nothing but I will write in the last. It is going to be, Python is going to be one of the extensible programming language, extensible programming language. And the 10th is called what, it is one of the embedded programming language, What is the difference between extensible and embedded? And the next is called what? 11th is called what? Supports. I'm writing supports third party APIs, third party APIs like what? NumPy. That is what is our course title, which we added newly to our data science related content to the Python course itself. We want to speak about it. NumPy is called one type of third party API, which is not exactly Python related kind of inbuilt library, which is something else different. How to use it in our class, we are going to talk about it. One is called pandas for data analysis purpose. For data analysis purpose, we use it. Next is called what? Matplotlib. That is nothing but data visualization purpose. For what? Bar chart, pie chart, line graph, scatter plot. We have some type of varieties of graphs are there. Line graph. That is nothing but a data visualization purpose. Next is called scikit. Next is called what? SciPy. Like that Seaborn, there are a lot of third-party APIs are there for scientific application development. For these kind of things, these things are compulsory to be used in artificial intelligence level and data science level. These things are compulsory. That's why these are the total features of Python language. So, Paras Jain, that is an IDE. IDE is different, features are different. And IDE is nothing but what? It's the place where I can develop my Python application. These are all called what? These are all called what? Features. Features are different, IDEs are different. Okay, don't worry about it, which I will explain in the class of the IDEs. I hope you people are very much clear. What IDEs I am going to, yesterday's class also I told you, PyCharm is one IDE, and then Spider is one IDE, and we are using Jupyter. Jupyter also I told you. Jupyter Notebook. This also we are going to show in the class. And they are like very, very simple. Once we know driving well, driving is not part of what? Coding part well. I can drive any car. Any car is nothing but a place where I can sit and drive. That car level concept is called what? IDEs. And then coding is what? Like a driving concepts. I hope you people understand what exactly my class is going to deal with. So how many features are there in Python? How many features are there in Python? 11 features are there. Those features we need to learn like anything. So we will go to the feature called what? First feature I'm going to explain, that is called simple. This is the first feature. Tomorrow class I will explain. Tomorrow I will start the feature called what? Simple I will explain. Dear students, is my class is clear for all of you? Is my class is clear for all of you? Are you able to understandable? Are you able to follow my English? Are you able to receive me? Very good. Even 4 o'clock also, new Java batch was started. New Java batch was started. You can just attend that Java class also. And our administrators has given the contact numbers for you people, and you can just go through that, and you can attend both Java class evening 4 p.m. and then this Python class. And related to Python class, you can intimate to your friends also. Okay. Now tomorrow class, when we come back shortly, when we come back to the tomorrow 7 a.m. sharp, we will go for the first feature called simple. I will explain. Okay. Now, if any doubts are there, you can explain. Right. Seema, Dheeraj, somebody is asking. Once again, our administrators has given the number. Please look into that. Seema, 6 a.m. Python, that is nothing but our folder names or batch timings that I'm maintaining. Dheeraj, 7 a.m. class is now. 7 a.m. batch is this one. So our administrators has given the number once again on your chart window. Please go through that and note down that numbers, contact for the registrations. Don't wait for up to the last moment. Please make appropriate things. Right. Yes, ma. Jayant, we will give you that previous class videos also. Let us wait 1 or 2 days. We will give you the previous class link videos also, because today only the actual content started in the class. Right. Prashant, don't read any books, especially in the IT. Why? Because the book was written, Prashant, just listen what is my correct point which I am giving. When I give you the book name for you, the book was written at least minimum 3 years back. Minimum 3 years back. 3 years back means what version is there? Old version is there. Python 3.2 or 3.3 is there. Now 3.9 is there. If I tell you the book name, are you getting problem or not? That's why I will suggest you the websites for you. Okay, I will tell you the websites for you. Don't worry about it. Right. And related to Java, it is a 4 p.m. It is a 4 p.m. 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. is our Java class. Ganesh. And you contact our administrators, they will give you the link of the Java class evening time. Right. Those who want the link of Java, you contact our administrators, they will send you the link in the WhatsApp you contact. Right. Once we do the coding very well, you can do the project very nicely. There is no doubt in that. You will become a wonderful student in the Python class. Once you know coding very well, you can do any project. Right. Fine. Vishwaranjan Panda. Yes, if you have multiple skills, it is good for you to get the job quickly. That is what is my intention of why we learn multiple languages, to get more efficiency in the IT industry. That's what I am suggesting to the Java. Python people also learn Java. I'm suggesting to Java people also learn this Python. So one more link came. Our administrators has sent the link for you. Java link also they send in the chat window. Please look into that. It is also available. Java link. And today is the last chance for you people to enter into the Java class, because we are entering into the programmatic discussion. Ganesh, we will intimate ma. See, and we will intimate. Any more doubts? Narkesh, Sri Krishna, that is in the Django part, you will use MVC kind of things. It will, that is called MVT, that is called model view template. You will use it in the Django level. Any doubts? Chanakya. Dynamic programming, this is not dynamic programming, dynamically typed programming language, which I am explaining in the class, not dynamic programming. Dynamically typed programming language, which I will explain in the class. This is the third one only. I will explain in the class. Yes. Nagasai. Is Python contains pointers. Are you good in pointers, ma? Are we good in pointers? Generally, pointers are very, very complex in C language. Such pointers, generally, people are facing difficulty. Such pointers are completely removed in Python as well as in Java also. Okay, it's not there in Python language. If anybody says Python is containing pointers, you can ask me immediately, show me the project, show me the flow, show me the code. It will not be there. Even anybody said to you like that, you can ask me, show me the code. Even I am also asking, if anybody says that, show me the code. Right. Sandeep, Sandeep want some name. Once you learn in our class the coding very well, you can develop any project with the left hand, left finger. That is what I can say to you. Yes, Kapil also same to you. Once you learn coding very well in my class, You can do the project anything with left hand, left finger. Okay, fine. Chanakya, we will explain in the class, ma. We will explain in the class for performing complex mathematical calculations like linear algebra. For performing like complex mathematical calculations like linear algebra. So you don't know linear algebra, na? So you have to listen my detailed explanation in the class. Chanakya, why we use NumPy, you said. So I told you the reason. So in detail explanation is required to understand that. Mr. Ganesh, whatever class we are taking, you ask the doubts on that only. So CDAC, that this, we don't have that information with us. Whatever we are attending, that course only you can ask me. We don't have any other information with us. Shinu, yes, is a third party API. It is one of the module. Yes, once it is after the batch is streamlined in a day or two, we will send all these notes to you people to your mail IDs. We will send this entire notes to your mail IDs. Adi says some name. Completed BTech in 2017. Now I'm learning Python. Any issue for getting the job? Why to get an issue? No problem. And it is a little late for you. And learn quickly. And you are already having 3 years of gap. Try to learn the things quickly. Don't waste your time. It is already 2017. It is almost getting over. So try to learn quickly. Try to enter into the industry. So Ganesh, I told you already, Nama. 2.5 months, I told you already. 2.5 months to 10 days plus or minus, I told already in the class. In the beginning of the course only, I made it clear. Right. So, done. Yogesh, solving Python problem in HackerRank will help in interviews. Anything, not only that, any kind of problem you take it, try to prepare the logic for it. Coding is important to solve any problem. That will give you help, much help in the career also. Whatever is written on that screen, that will be covered in this class. This will be covered in this class. Yes, ma, Chanikya. We will send you these notes once the registrations are over. These notes we will send it to you once the registrations are over. Okay. Any more else? Anything else? Okay. Those who don't have the doubts, you can leave. Those who have the doubts, you can send. different. Sinu, Mr. Sinu, API and modules are different. An API is a collection of modules, and modules will be kept into the packages. And if you listen in our class, we will prepare the APIs, we will prepare the modules, we will prepare the packages, and we will show you wonderful things in the class. In real-time projects, how APIs are prepared, how modules are prepared, how packages are built, and how we are using in all the environments, we are going to show in the class. So they are completely different. With a practical approach, we are going to show, not like what theoretically people are expecting it. Basant Kumar, contact in the office. Basant Kumar, contact in the office. Yes, there is a module name called a random. Chanakya, there is a module name called a random, which I'm explaining in the class. Every class of Python, we will explain that module name. Random module we will explain. So many modules we will explain in the class. Chanika, I told you, Nama. Yes. Anything else? Anuradha, tomorrow we will provide, ma. Tomorrow we will provide. Actually, today only classroom session, actual content is started. Today only actual content is started. Tomorrow we will provide you the last two classes link. Day before yesterday only we started. Yesterday we just started the topic. Today is an actual content is started. Tomorrow we will provide you yesterday, day before yesterday link for you. Okay. Right. Mr. Paras Jain, Scikit SciPy. Scikit SciPy. Along with it, you will use these also. Scikit and SciPy you will use for scientific application purpose. Along to those two things, you will use these three things also in the scientific application development. Majorly, you will use this kind of last two. And to use this, it may require this help also. That time we will use this complete. Okay, guys, right. So no more doubts are coming. So we will end the session. Tomorrow, sharp 7 o'clock, we will enter into the session. Thank you. Good day.